Dear viewers, today we will tell you about a true royal gathering that took place right in the heart of New York City. The magnificent building of the United Nations turned into a real royal court, where monarchs and heirs to thrones from all over Europe came together. Such a gathering of royal figures in one place is a rare sight, and today we have a unique opportunity to peek behind the scenes of this remarkable event. At the opening of the 80th General Assembly of the United Nations, something amazing happened. A real parade of royal figures, where every glance, every handshake, and every outfit carried a special meaning. At the center of attention was the young Dutch Princess Amalia, for whom this event became her very first serious international debut. The heir to the throne, the future Queen of the Netherlands, stepped onto the world's diplomatic stage for the first time, and she did so with grace and confidence. I noticed that many diplomats present had a light smile across their faces when Amalia entered the hall. There was something truly touching about it. Youth, combined with an awareness of great responsibility. In the General Assembly Hall, where representatives of almost every country in the world gathered, a kind of royal island appeared. Here we saw Queen Máxima of the Netherlands sitting beside Queen Mathilde of Belgium. The two monarchs, dressed in elegant outfits, Máxima in an olive green ensemble, and Mathilde in a bright red dress, created a truly striking sight. And just behind them sat Princess Amalia, whose soft pink suit emphasized both her youth and her serious approach to her future role. Looking at this royal trio, I caught myself thinking that in such moments, even the strict interiors of the United Nations seemed to come alive, filled with a special aura of European tradition and beauty. But that was only the beginning. After the official opening of the assembly, a whole series of meetings took place between crowned heads. One of the most touching moments was the meeting of Princess Amalia with Queen Silvia of Sweden. The young Dutch heir perfectly observed protocol, performing a curtsy before the Swedish queen and then exchanging warm greetings with her. This meeting of two generations of monarchies, an experienced queen who has reigned for decades, and a young princess just beginning her journey, symbolized continuity and stability in Europe's royal houses. When Amalia made her curtsy, the hall fell silent. Everyone seemed to be waiting to see how the young princess would handle herself, and the ease and respect with which she carried out the gesture brought quiet nods of approval from those present. At the same time, in another part of the United Nations building, an equally important meeting was taking place. King Felipe VI of Spain and King Carl Gustaf of Sweden held a bilateral discussion at the headquarters of the Permanent Mission of Sweden. The photographs of this meeting show warm, friendly relations between the two monarchs. They are smiling, shaking hands, and exchanging courtesies. It is a clear demonstration that the royal families of Europe maintain close ties, despite distance and differences in traditions. To be honest, watching these meetings is sometimes even more interesting than listening to the official speeches. In the nonverbal gestures, in the genuine smiles, there is often far more meaning than in memorized formulas. It is especially fascinating to observe how royal figures choose their outfits for such important events. Their wardrobe is not just a matter of fashion, but also a kind of diplomatic message. Queen Máxima appeared at one meeting in an elegant two-piece ensemble of mustard yellow. Queen Mathilde of Belgium chose a bold cherry-colored dress with a V-shaped neckline and draped bodice. Queen Silvia of Sweden preferred a fuchsia dress with a tweed jacket, while Princess Amalia wore a business suit of powdery shade. Each outfit reflected not only personal style, but also, in some sense, the character of the country represented. One only had to glance around the hall to understand. Here, clothing is a language, and this language speaks as loudly as the speeches from the podium. Princess Amalia, accompanying her mother not only to the General Assembly, but also to other events within the framework of the trip to the United States, is gaining invaluable experience. The day before, in Washington, they attended a meeting with the board of directors of the Inter-American Development Bank, where financial matters concerning Latin America and the Caribbean region were discussed. At this meeting, The princess showed a serious attitude toward the proceedings. She listened attentively, took notes, and even brought her own folder of documents, which she had clearly prepared in advance. What struck me most was her composure. Experienced financiers and politicians were sitting nearby, and she looked as though she had long been accustomed to such discussions. For her age, that is a rare quality. Watching royal figures at events of such scale, we see not just beautiful clothes and ceremonial gestures, we witness centuries-old traditions of monarchies adapting to modern realities and challenges. Each monarch not only represents their country, but also serves as the guardian of its history and culture. And to be honest, in such moments, you begin to realize royal dynasties are not relics of the past, but rather a special form of cultural memory that still works and unites people. For Princess Amalia, this trip has become a true immersion into the world of high-level diplomacy, an experience that cannot be gained from books or lectures. To see with her own eyes how the main forum of the global community functions, to observe how her mother combines the roles of queen and special advisor of the United Nations, to meet other monarchs, all of this is an invaluable lesson for the future queen. I am certain that it is precisely such days that shape the character of a monarch, not royal palaces and parades, but meetings where one must listen, think, and learn to find common ground with people from all walks of life. And we, ordinary witnesses of these events, can only admire how old royal traditions find their new breath in the halls where the fate of the world is being decided.